So I wanted to do a quick overview of the workbook for community curators. We want to be looking at not just the community feedback around the software tools that you use, but also how well that community feedback matches up with your own perceptions of those tools. So again, we're talking about how as a community curator, you rely a lot on the collective wisdom of your network, of what's trending, of what's widely used. And we want to look at not just that input, but also how then that works for you. There'll be 3 stages of working through this workbook. The first is to assess the tools you use. So look at the community rating, your own satisfaction, and how frequently you use it. The next stage will be to reflect on how each tool actually meets your business needs and any pieces of feedback or advice that really stand out from your community. And finally, you'll want to identify trending software tools and see how they might meet your business needs, and then consider which ones you would like to explore further based on matching up your community guidance to your own experience. So you'll want to fill out one of these community-based software assessments for each tool that you use. And you'll actually find in your download that you have extra pages of the ones that are per tool, so that you could just make a copy of this document as many times as you need for as many tools as you have. So here you'll type in the tool's name, you'll indicate the community rating that you've gotten feedback on from your network or from the people you follow on social. And then you'll rate your own satisfaction with this tool. And then we actually want to use those numbers in the next page as well. And then it's also important to note how frequently you use a tool, because the ones that you use daily are really going to be ones that you want to take the closest look at, because they're the ones that have the most direct impact on your life. So for each tool, again, you're going to write down kind of more long form things. So key pieces of advice or feedback you've gotten about this tool. Take some time to reflect on how this piece of software has impacted your business in particular. And then also assess how effective this tool has been in meeting your particular business needs. So again, you'll have both of these sheets in your extra pages pack, so you can make as many copies as you need for as many tools as you have. So we talked about how you were going to rate based on community feedback and then your own perception, and then you'd want to plot them here on this chart. So if, for example, there was something that both your community and you had really positive feelings and were very satisfied with, you'd put it here in this top right quadrant. And if there was one that, you maybe didn't even try for that long because it didn't get great feedback from the community and you just stopped immediately, it would go down here in this bottom left corner. The ones you really want to pay attention to are where you have a mismatch between the community rating, like maybe the community was very positive on it and you really weren't that thrilled with how it worked for your business, or ones where, there wasn't a ton of feedback about it, whether there just wasn't feedback at all or it wasn't super strong feedback, but you really find the tool super useful. And that goes here in this top left quadrant. So once you've got that all filled out, look for the trends. Are there commonalities between tools where your perception matches your network or your community's perception? Are there common trends where you have a mismatch? And then keep those in mind as you're evaluating software in the future, which you'll do actually here in this next set of pages. So you can write down here in these top pink and purple bubbles which software tools are currently trending in your community. These are ones that you're not using currently. And then go investigate those tools and figure out how well you think it might match your business needs, and make notes of those specific community recommendations again. And you can be very free form in talking through the tools you might want to look at incorporating into supporting your business. Again, looking at not just the community feedback, but also in which cases the community feedback has really aligned with your own experience and in which cases it hasn't. Because I think that will give you a strong ability to not just collect all this information from your network, but to really get even more information about it than just the upfront review. And finally, of course, if you want to add me to your small business community and talking through the options that are out there, please reach out. I would love to talk to you. Thanks.